On the news, Presidency defends detention of Shore and Ghastly. Over 600 civil servants get new roles. And 7 migrants drown in Turkey Lake. Many thanks for joining us on News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I am Annetta Philip. The presidency has insisted that the federal government's decision to hold Colonel Sambo Dasuki retired and Omoyele Shore did not go against the laws of the land. Defending the position of the government on the prolonged detention of the duo, a presidential spokesman, Garba Shehu, stressed that the government has always obeyed the orders of the court. He, however, clarified that Dasuki and Shore remained in detention on the advice of the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Dasuki, a former National Security Advisor, spent over 4 years in the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, while Shore, the convener of Revolution Now protest, was held for almost 5 months. The presidential aide, however, said there was a need for those granted bail not to misinterpret the release as an acquittal, but abide to the terms upon which the bail was granted. A total of 676 top civil servants across ministries, departments and agencies have been redeployed to fill vacancies in their new stations. The redeployment was either because of promotion or retirement of former holders of the positions or based on request. Director Overseeing Office of the Permanent Secretary, Career Management Office, I.A. Marija, signed the redeployment circular on December 20, 2019, on behalf of the acting head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemiesom. Mariga directed that the processes of handling and taking over must be concluded not later than Monday, December 30th. The director also warned that any disregard for the directive would attract appropriate sanctions. Those affected in the latest mass redeployment include 200 administrative officers, 150 professional officers, 269 executive officers, and 57 confidential secretaries. And now to security matters. The Kebbi State Police Command says 2 people have been killed on Thursday by suspected cattle rustlers. Speaking to journalists in Benin Kebbi on Thursday, the command's public relations officer, DSP Nafiu Abubakar, stated that the cattle rustlers invaded some villages in Danko Wasago community in Kebbi State. He said the bandits carried dangerous weapons and shot sporadically to scare villagers. According to him, the attackers killed 2 locals and carted away livestock of farmers in the area. DCP Abubakar further stated that since Kebbi is bordering Zamfara state, the bandits might have come from Zamfara. Abubakar added that the police has since deployed their men to the area and effort was ongoing to trace and arrest the criminals. The Nigerian Air Force has conducted aerial patrols over the Abuja-Lokoja Expressway and the Lagos-Sangamo Expressway to monitor the traffic and security situation during the festive season. The NAF Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ibikunle Daramola, said the patrols are being conducted in conjunction with the Federal Road Safety Corps and would also cover other routes which thousands of Nigerians are expectedly going to travel on. According to the force, the patrols were to ensure the safety and security of commuters along some critical highways in the country. He said the patrols, which are being conducted in conjunction with the FRSC, began on December 23rd with a NAF EC-135 helicopter conducting surveillance along the Abuja-Lokoja Expressway. On December 24th, aerial patrols were also conducted along the Lagos-Sangamo Expressway alongside personnel of the Lagos State sector of the FRSC. The exercise will also cover other routes to enable Nigerians embark on their lawful road travels without fear or undue traffic challenges during the Christmas and New Year celebrations. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has announced the closure of the Sangamo interchange bridge in the southwestern part of the country. A statement signed by the Public Education Officer of the FRSC, Ogun State Sector Command, Florence Okwe, explained that the decision was a result of the twin tanker explosion that occurred under the bridge on Christmas Day. Florence, a route commander, disclosed that experts from the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing were invited to examine the bridge after the incident. She noted that it was advised that the bridge be temporarily closed to avoid any preventable tragedy, as it was declared unfit without repair. Two tankers conveying petroleum products were said to have crashed into each other on the outward section of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Both vehicles thereafter went up in flames due to the impact of the crash, but no casualty was recorded. On January 7th, Southwest governors will inaugurate Operation Amotekun, a security strategy meant to combat killings and kidnappings in the Southwest Zone. Ekiti State Commissioner for Information, Muyiwa Olumula, said this in an interview with newsmen on Wednesday, adding that vehicles and equipment for the security outfit were ready. He said the inauguration was delayed by the need for all the states to be adequately ready in terms of meeting the requirements. The governors had in September, after a meeting in Akure, said they will set up Operation Amotekun following serial killings and kidnappings in the zone by suspected herdsmen. In June, gunmen suspected to be herdsmen killed Funke Olakanri, a daughter of the Afenifere leader Ruben Fashoranti, on the Ondo-Ore Road. There were also cases of kidnapping in May, including the abduction of a lecturer at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, at the Ikoyi-Akpomo junction of the Ibadan-Ife Expressway in Ikire, a border town between Osun and Oyo states. No fewer than 3 people were killed in a ghastly motor accident in Modakeke area of Osun State. The incident occurred on Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. when a Nissan Xterra Jeep lost control and hit 8 persons along Toro Road, cooperative area of Modakeke, Ife East area of the state. Spokesperson for the State Police Command, Folashade Odoro, told newsmen that 3 of the victims died on the spot, while the remaining victims were taken to the Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital complex of Ile-Ife. She said the fatal accident happened at 10:30 p.m. at cooperative area along Toro Road, where a yet to be unidentified driver of the said vehicle had lost control and knocked down 8 persons, including a little baby. In a spontaneous reaction, the irate crowd set the vehicle ablaze before the intervention of the police, while 3 of the victims were feared dead on the spot. The deceased and the others were however rushed to the OUTHC for medical attention. The managing director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Fidet Okiria, have said the corporation would soon introduce e-ticketing for train services across the country. Okiria told journalists in Abuja on Thursday that the e-ticket process was at its final stage. According to him, it has passed through the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission and the Bureau of Public Enterprise. However, it is left for Federal Executive Council (FEC) to decide. Okiria said the e-ticket will be sold at various designated places and platforms to enable people access tickets easily with fewer hurdles. He said measures were in place to ensure the e-ticketing for the country's train line meets international standards, adding that the e-ticketing platform would not only guarantee orderliness in purchasing of tickets, but would address some major security challenges. The NRC chief said the e-ticketing would ensure the database of all passengers boarding the train is captured in case of emergencies. Abuja, the nation's capital, was a beehive of activities as Nigerians celebrate Christmas in different recreation parks. Tunji Oye was at the Millennium Park and sent in this report.
It's celebration time here at the Millennium Park in Abuja as people troop out in large numbers to celebrate Christmas. Though some may say the economic is tough, the country is harsh, but for thousands of families that have gathered here, they may not agree with this statement. Of course, many that we spoke to said this is so far their best Christmas.
I feel so excited. I think this is my first time spending Christmas in Abuja, and it's all fun. You can actually create your own fun. You don't just sit at home. You can create your own fun by coming to Millennium Park. You see a lot of families, you see love and all that. So it's fun spending Christmas in Abuja.
I think it's the first time I will come out. I normally spend my Christmas here, but indoors, I don't go out. But this Christmas, I just said, let's go out, have fun, and I'm really having the fun of my life. What can we do? Everything is fine. Having fun.
Of course we are.
We are.
Of course we are. Of course we are having mad fun.
One thing about life is the way you feel. Your perception is the most important thing. There are people, a lot of people here now, I don't think they are proud of who they are, but because it's Christmas, it's all about celebration. It's all about happiness. You understand? Even people come with sorrow, sadness from their home, but when they meet a lot of people here, they become happy. Now, you can't do anything about the country. We are just praying for this country. I believe one day it will get better.
I feel happy over happy self. Because this Christmas is very fantastic. And since I'm alive today, I'm supposed to celebrate it very well.
Regardless, when it comes to celebration and festivities like this, you should know that people always celebrate. And this is Christmas. So we Christians, we take it very, very important. So the country as it is right now, when it comes to insurgency and all them critical issues in the country, it has reduced. You can agree with me on that one. So when it comes to insecurity, for now, I think we're a little bit safe. So people will come out and have fun. As you can see, this is Christmas. I'm here with my family. That's my lovely wife over there. My baby's here, and then, of course, the rest of the family. So we're here to have fun regardless. It's a good one.
In every situation, I need to thank God. We just have to thank God. The country is okay. We are enjoying the situation. It makes the country to be normal again. To make us to know how to manage the economy.
For many Nigerians that are here, despite the ups and downs of 2019, there is a lot to hope for in 2020. And they believe the year 2020 will be a prosperous and a better year for the country. From Abuja, Tunji Oye, TV360 News.
In this season to love and share, an NGO, the Drive Foundation, has taken to the slums in Lagos to show love to the less privileged in the society. They went bearing gifts of food and clothing and impacted lives by sharing and caring. This next report has more. There's no religious or government backing behind this, just a group of 7 friends who came out to say they were going to make Christmas a meaningful experience for over 100 persons in Gedegede community on Lagos Island. And trust me, people have received gift donation in terms of food items, water, toiletries, just to make sure that they're kept, their body and soul is kept intact, and they're having food items to sustain themselves throughout the Christmas season. It's all about sharing, and these people are out to show love. Kids of Gedegede community Lekki queue for a pack of delicious smoothie. For most of them, it would be their first time knowing what smoothie tastes like. Their parents are not left out. They receive gifts of food items and toiletries, and when it came to clothing and shoes, they were all invited to shop for free. The brain behind this charity initiative is serial entrepreneur Gabrielle Opara. She says she founded the Drive Foundation in 2018 after a divine inspiration to spread love to the less privileged.
We first did it in a new ghetto and people were happy. So I felt me and my family should do it again this year to see what it's going to be about. But it turned out successfully this year. This year is way bigger, trust me. We did it from a car last year, my friend's car. That was where we shared the food, and it was just food, nothing. But this year we had water, we had Dettol, we had a lot of things come true. A few friends donated, my friends donated. It's bigger this year, and it will be bigger next year.
Benefactors could not hide their joy as they showered praises and prayers to Gabrielle and her team.
I'm happy to collect this thing for today because last year I don't see this thing because I know they here next year, last year. But I thank God we are there here today. I say Merry Christmas for all of us, all of them. More God bless everybody, more reach next year.
I even saw it like church member. but I didn't know that it's a friend. So I appreciate you people for doing it. God will continue to protect you people.
Ìyàlẹ́nu ló jẹ́ fún wa o. Ìyàlẹ́nu ló jẹ́ fún wa. Torí wọ́n try fún wa gidigidi. Wọ́n try. So I'm so happy.
Popular actor Michael Uba is a partner at the drive. He commends Gabrielle for her charity and called on others to share love this Christmas season.
You don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire before you can help some other people. And I believe some people have been blessed, even if it's just with a job, you earn some kind of salary or whatever. You can help the other people who may not be as privileged as you are. Okay, and so that's the reason why, for me, first, aside from it being a family thing, we are friends turned family, and this is something that I personally encourage. So, yeah, that's the reason why we are all out here, to also make sure we support her at the same time, to make sure that we do something humanitarian, just to be a blessing to people.
Gabrielle sees her foundation growing bigger than what it is. She aims to reach out to more people by building an empowerment center where she wouldn't just give fish, but would teach others to fish for themselves. Aneta Felix, TV360, Nigeria. You're still watching News Now on TV360 Nigeria. We'll be right back shortly. Do stay with us. The World Bank has warned that the assets of Nigerian commercial banks may deteriorate if the Central Bank of Nigeria continues to support undercapitalized banks. The World Bank gave the warning in its latest Nigeria economic update. In the comprehensive report, the World Bank advised the CBN to monitor the quality of the assets of Nigerian banks closely. The World Bank specifically expressed reservations about the manner in which the CBN extended liquidity support to 4 undercapitalized banks. The bank observed that non-performing loans, mostly in the oil, gas and power sectors, declined from 12.4% in June 2018 to 9.4% in June 2019. However, it noted that the decline was driven by write-offs and clearance of all sector-related arrears that improved the cash flow of bank borrowers so they could repay banks and sell to asset management companies. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, has hailed the reduction of the cost of electronic cash transactions. The minister also hailed the automated teller machine maintenance fees by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The minister said this in a statement issued by his spokesperson, Uwa Suleiman, on Wednesday. According to Pantami, the development would contribute to the actualization of a digital economy. He said lower service charges will encourage a higher patronage of electronic services, especially in the banking and financial services sector. Pantami then urged all decision-making institutions in Nigeria to make policies that would give support and key into the digital economy policy. Oil prices rose on Thursday, buoyed by a potential breakthrough in the Sino-US trade war and OPEC-led efforts to constrain supply, although trading was quiet as many markets were in holiday mode. Brent crude futures was up 28 cents at $67.48 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate crude futures was up 25 cents at $61.36 a barrel. U.S. President Donald Trump had on Tuesday said he and Chinese President Xi Jinping will have a signing ceremony for the Phase 1 agreement to end their trade dispute that was put together earlier this month. The roughly 17-month trade war hits global economic growth and demand for oil, leaving prices range-bound for the most of the year. Lower demand also rendered supply cuts by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, and allies, including Russia, less effective in supporting the market. No fewer than 7 migrants have died and 64 others rescued after a boat sank in Lake Van in eastern Turkey on Thursday. The governor's office in Bitlis province in the statement said the incident occurred at approximately 3 a.m. when the boat was approaching the shore. The office said the boat was carrying illegal migrants from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. It is not yet clear why the migrants were on the boat in Lake Van, which is completely within Turkey's borders. Turkey hosts more than 4 million refugees, including some 3.6 million Syrians who fled the conflict ranging in the country since 2011. The flow of refugees crossing to Europe from Turkey has dropped since an agreement concluded in 2016 between Ankara and the EU. Real Betis skipper Joaquin Sanchez on Thursday extended his contract with the Seville club for 1 more year. The club said in a statement that they extended the contract with the footballer till June 30th, 2021. At the age of 16, Sanchez joined the Betis Academy to become one of the main Spanish footballers in the last 2 decades. His great football commitment and love for the 13 Stripes have created for him a special place in the club's history. In December, he became the oldest player in La Liga to score a hat-trick at 38 years, 140 days, bettering the previous record of 37 years, 255 days set by Alfredo Di Stefano in 1964. And that's it on News Now on TV360 Nigeria. Many thanks for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.